Okay, welcome back to MEP Basics. And if you have been following this simple two-bedroom house MEP design project, then this should be the third video that you should be seeing. Okay, so we started with how you can set up a project, and we went ahead to do a video on how you can also add your architectural model as an external reference. Okay, and now we are here, we have to do the lighting system layout. So in this video we're going to talk about how we can physically lay out our lighting fixtures in the various spaces. Okay, but one thing you need to remember is that in lighting system design, you don't just pick lights and layer them or lay out them in the spaces the way you want it or how you want to arrange them. Okay, you need to understand that there are guidelines to do that. Okay, and I'm going to quickly walk you through all of that so that we can be on the same page. Again, these are very basic level of design, and it can be used in an advanced way or it can be applied on bigger projects, but we chose to do this very simple thing just to help anybody that has interest in lighting design to be able to get something out of this video. So before you put any light in any space, you need to have information on dimensions of the room, know the lux levels that are required for the room, and then of course you can then calculate the lumen levels that a particular room demands. Okay, and subsequently you can tell how many of a specific fixture that you can layer them. So to help understand this, I actually did a video earlier on how to calculate the lighting system for a space, and you see it right here. So if you want to refresh your mind on that, you can check out that video. But for the purposes of this particular design, I'm going to walk you through the design decisions, okay, that we made to arrive at certain number of lighting for a particular space. Okay, so I'm going to attach an Excel file that we are going to use, or it is going to guide us to make certain decisions. Okay, so let me just attach that image over here. So again, I'm going to the external reference palette, click this drop down, and then this time around we are going to attach image. Okay, this time around we're going to attach an image. So I'll come to this place, images, and do not worry because I'm going to share all of these files with you, okay, so that we will all be on the same page. Okay, so that's the file over there. I won't believe it's going to be a big one, so let's get into this. Okay, so what you see happening here in the living area, same thing is happening elsewhere, I mean the rest of the areas. Okay, the only difference is that the sizes of the room are different, and then of course the type of lights that was used are different. So here we're looking at the area of the room, the lux level required, and then the utilization factor, and then the maintenance factor. Now this is going to give you, when you work this out using the equation that I'm about to show you, to give you a total lumen of 11,625. Okay, and this is the type of light that we chose, and it has these properties, or it has these parameters. Okay, so basically that is that. Let me attach another image so that I can explain that better. Okay, so those are the images that um, I'm attaching, and I'll explain all of them. Okay, so Um, just wait. Okay, so these are just for reference's sake. Okay, so let me just um let's just walk through this. Okay, so if you take typically for the living area, okay, this is the living area. These are the information that we have about the living area. Okay, so now let's go through the equations that we have over here. We have equation 1, equation 2, and then equation 3. Now, the difference between equation 1 and equation 2 is that at some point in time, you bring the maintenance factor up, and at some point in time, you bring it below. So when you have a maintenance factor that is more than 1, then you use equation 1. When you have a maintenance factor that is less than 1, then you use equation 2. So basically that is that. Now, after all of this, you need to be able to, calculate for the number of lighting points that you have in the room. Now, this is very basic. Once we know the gross lumen for the room, it is easy to divide it by the lumen per fixture that we choose. So when you come to the living and dining area, the lighting fixture that we chose was 22.5. Okay, from our catalog, it's 22.5, okay, watts. And the lumen level that is required, or the lumen level that the 22.5 watt has, is 2100. Okay, so that is basically that. If you multiply the area, which is 40 meters squared, by a lux level of 150 times the maintenance factor of 1.55, and then when you divide by utilization factor of 0.8 like we have over here, then you're going to get 11,625 lumen. This total lumen, you would have to divide that by the lumen per the lighting fixture that we chose, and that should give you the total number of lighting fixtures that you need for a particular room. Now, remember, after doing all of this, this is what we have. We have 5.535714. It means that we can run this to 6 lights depending on the room. So if we should have a look at the living and dining area, we can have 6 lights in this very space, okay? And we can put 2 here and put 4 at the living area, okay? So now that we know that in the living and dining area, we can put 6 lighting fixtures, we go ahead and then put the 6 lighting fixtures over there. I'll be drawing some reference lines just to guide me on how I can layer my lighting. So it's a 22 watt light. So I'll pick this light here, copy it. Sorry. Let me first bring my ceiling fan because it's going to be at the center. Okay. So I'll bring this and then I'll put it in the center like this. Okay. I'll pick a line here from the center. So this place, I'll pick another line from the center to here. You can see this line didn't align well, so I'm going to pick another line from the center to the edge. I'm doing this because I want to find the center of this to put the light. Okay, I just do what works for you. So I'll pick this light, okay, and then now we are looking for the center of this line. And just leave it here because I don't know. So I'll pick this and then look for the center of the line. So that's that. I can decide to mirror this. I can decide to just copy this right here and look for the center. I think it should be somewhere here as well. Okay. Oh, it's here. So take this to the center over here. And you can see that now I can remove all of these reference lines. Okay, so for the dining area, we have our lights, 2 lights, and then 1 fan over here. Okay, now let's look at it control. Okay, so because we are entering from this place, okay, I'll put the switch and then the fan controller, the speed controller of the fan over here. Okay, so let's just this, I can control this with 1 gang, 1 way switch. Okay, do this, correct? Yeah, but you need to snap it to the wall. So look at the edge, pick it, and snap it to the wall. Okay, I want to change the orientation. Okay, rotate this way, and I'm going to bring the fan, the speed controller. Okay, and snap this to this. One mistake I did was to move this. I was supposed to copy. Okay, and now we have a switch here controlling these 2 lights. We have a fan here controlling the fan. Okay, so now you can see we have a light switch over here controlling these 2 lights, and then we have a fan controller controlling this fan over here. Remember, we have 4 more lights to layer them over here. Okay, so I'm going to pick this rectangular tool and then try to get this reference again. Okay, and this time too I'm going to pick the fan because I just want to find out where the center of the room. I want to put it in the center of the room. And what can we do? I can do this, bring this line right here. Do the same for here. Maybe not. Okay. Now find the center of this. Do this here. And that should be that. We are using the same light. Okay. So I'll just grab this and paste it at the center. I will mirror this. Okay. It's very easy to understand some of these things. I will then mirror this also using the center, and I'm done with the living area also. Okay, that is that. So now we have 6 lights here, we have 2 fans. Now let's look at the controls as well. Again, we are entering from this side, so it's okay to put my light switch right here and then put my fan controller also right here. Alright, so I'll pick this and then I'll snap this to this wall. Okay, but I would want to rotate this. Okay, and I want to bring my fan controller also here. Okay, and I'm going to rotate this as well 90 degrees. Okay, and I'll bring this right. All right, so again, we have the light switch controller for these four lights, and we have our speed controller of the fan right here. So we are done with the living and dining area. Let's go to bedroom number one. Bedroom number one is 18.1 meters square, and the lighting fixture we are using is 8, and we have to put 5 of them in the room. But let's face some reality here. This is a small bedroom, okay, and we need to put 5 lights. How are we going to put 5 lights here? Aesthetically, it's not going to look good, okay? And we are looking at aesthetics and standard at the same time. So I will either want to do it 6, or maybe I would want to reduce it to 4 based on, desire on what you want, okay? I would rather want to put it, make it 4, okay? So just like we've been doing for the rest of the spaces, okay, I just find my fan, center it here, okay. Now this time around, because we are putting 4 of the 8-watt lighting fixtures, I'm going to put them at the corners, okay. I'll use this reference. Now I can remove this line, and now I'm going to place the light 50 cm from the wall, okay. That's going to be 500 mm, okay, and that is that. So make this my 8-watt light, and then I'll put one here. All right, I can use the mirror function. Once I get the middle of this one, I can use this, and I can use the same mirror function to find the center of this one and put this right here, okay. And that is it. We are done. Let's look at the controls, okay. I can bring my fan, the speed controller of the fan here, okay. Now one thing you need to understand is that there's a window here, okay, and I cannot put the switches, I cannot put them here, but I can bring them here. All right, that's very important to note, okay. Now something is happening here. This is a bedroom, and you would want to be able to control your light and your fan even when you are asleep, because you don't want to get up from the bed and come and control your fan and the lights at the door. So what it means is that we should have a 2-point of switching. We should have 2-point switching, and this is where we are going to use a one-way we are going to use, and this is exactly where we are going to use a 2-way and then a 1-gang switch, okay. So depending on how you call it in your part of the world, but I believe the concept is the same, okay. So I'll pick this switch because it's a 1-gang, but it's a 2-way switch, okay. So I will put this switch right here. So this is one of them. Again, I always emphasize that make sure your switch or whatever you are placing is flashing with the wall, okay. Now I'm going to put the same switch right here, okay. Interesting. I'm going to put the same fixture right here. Let me rotate this a little bit, okay. Okay, now this is okay. So over here too, we have our lighting layout. We have the fan, we have their speed and switch controls. Okay, so now we can go straight ahead to, let's work around the ladder area. If you go to the ladder area, we need to put 0.1, 0.8 lighting fixtures, and you know we can run this to 1, but we are using 22.5. I'm going to use the 22 watts. So again, I'll draw this reference rectangle and I'll pick the 22 watts light here and put it here. It's that simple, right? Okay. Let's look at some control for it. I'm going to do the switching from this point. Okay. So this switch, put on this light. Let's go ahead and then deal with the corridor. So let's go to our, after the ladder area, we are working in the corridor. Okay, and our mathematics, we are supposed to put 4.669375 lights. We can round this to 5 lighting fixtures, correct? Yes, and we are using the 11 watts LED light. So okay, let me just use a rectangular shape and I'll draw this line. Okay, what I basically want to do is to divide these lines. Okay, so I'll pick this. We have, remember that the number of lighting fixtures that we need in this area, in this corridor area, the number is 5. It's 4.6, but we are running it to 5. Okay, so I'm going to divide this space into 5. Okay, and let me first measure. The very best way to do it is to know the length, then we can do some division. So we have 7229.7480. Okay, I'll copy this and then use the calculator function. I have this figure and I want to divide this. Okay, I want to divide this by 5. Sorry. I want to divide this by 5. Okay. And this should give me 1445.9, so I can 0.94. So 1445.9496. So we can now divide this one this way. So it should be what 1445.9496. Okay, and you can do the same for this 1445.9496. Okay, and what kind of lighting fixture are we using? In the corridor, we are using the 11 watts. So I'll come straight to this place, pick the 11 watts light, copy it. Okay, and I'll put one right here. Okay, and the next one, this is the first, and I'll put this also in the middle of the line. That is that. From there, I can clean these two lines. Okay, copy this. So highlight this and copy. Okay, reference it using this space. Okay, so I'll paste it right here. This something. And at the end of the day, they should all be spaced equally. Okay. Now, the reason why you see the space between two lights to be larger than the space between the light and the wall is that this light is expected to cover this area from here to here, and the same for here, from this place to this place. This should be the coverage area, okay, of this light. That's the kind of message we are putting out there. This should be the coverage area of this light. What it means is that this is going to have the same coverage area as well. Correct? Exactly. So it would be wrong to bring this light to here. The space is big because this light is doing half of it, and this light is also doing half of that space. Okay, so it's important to understand that. Now let's go to the control. So again, I can remove this reference and let's go to the control. Now you can see that for this space we can control the light from here, because once you enter at the entrance you should be able to put on the lighting systems at the corridor. Okay, so I need to be able to switch on this light when I'm in the corridor area. Okay, and in the same way I need to be able to put this same corridor light off when I'm leaving this space, when I'm leaving this space to go and sleep, because I don't want to walk all the way from here to here, or if I'm leaving the living room, put this light off here and I walk in darkness to my bedroom. So whilst the light is on, I can, or I should be able to do the switching also from this point. That's the concept. So what that brings to light is that we need, again, one gang or a two gang, but we need a two-way switch over here. Okay, so I'm going to put a one gang one-way switch here. Okay, and I'm going to put a two gang two-way switch over here, and the reason is that I want one of the gangs to control the light in this particular room, because I don't want to put two separate switches over here. Okay, so that is that. So let's go to our legend and pick a one gang two-way switch like we used in the bedroom. We'll put that right here. Okay, again, try as much as you can to snap your symbols to the wall. Okay, I'm going to rotate this way for no particular reason. I'm just going to keep it this way. Okay, so that's it. All right, and I want to put two gang and then a two-way switch right here. Now that should bring us to the lighting system that we need at the washroom. So let's come to the washroom, the WC. The area is 5.2 meters square, and then we are required to put 0.719 lighting, which can be rounded up to 1. So basically we are putting 1 lighting fixture. And what light is the 22.5 watt light? Okay, so again I would want to draw my rectangular shape here just to get a grip on the just to, where is the 22? This is a 22 watt light. So I just want to put it in the center. Then I'll remove this reference line. Okay. So we are done with corridor ladder WC. Let's go to the kitchen area. If you come to the kitchen area, we are using the 22.5 watt light, and we have to put 3 of this in the room. Okay. But again, why would you want to do that when you can just put 2? Okay, because we need to put fan as well in the room. Okay, you might as well want, we can increase it to 4 and then put it at the corners, but 22.5 to me is enough. So all of these decisions should tell you that now all of these decisions should inform you that it is important to be guided by the equations and the formulas and the standards. But sometimes you just need to make certain decisions based on what you want and not still violate rules. And lighting design comes with, today we consider a lot of aesthetics factors before we put light. Okay, so it depends on what you need and what your client needs. Okay, so you can do what you want, just be guided. Okay, all right, so again I'm going to draw my rectangular shape for this space. Okay, and again I would want to put a ceiling fan here. Not everybody prefers to have a ceiling fan in their kitchen. Okay, especially when you have an extraction system, people don't want to do that, but I want to. And it depends on what your client wants. For all of these things shouldn't be a one-man decision. You need to propose them to your client and then walk them through what it will look like to have the design that you are thinking of, and let them make the decision. Okay, and just guide them on the technical grounds. Okay, so we're using the 22 watt light. Now find the center of this to place this. Again, I'll look for this, find the center of this line and put it in. I can now let go the reference lines that I drew. Okay, that is that. Now let's look at the control. Over here I can put my fan here. I can put my light switch over here as well. So that is that. Now something is happening here too. You see there's another entry over here. So what this means is that we need to have another control switch over here for the lighting system. So again, we'll make use of the one gang single way switch here. Alright, and we'll bring the same here as well. Here. Because we need to be able to put on the light in the room, both at this point and then over here as well. Okay. that is that. Let's go to the entrance now. So we come back to our entrance, and here we're supposed to put 7.75. So straight away we can, you know, run this up to 8. And if you think it's too much, you can change the wattage, and I'm sure the lumen will go up for you to have a lesser lighting point with a bigger, with a bigger fixture wattage. Okay, so we are using the 8 watts. I was looking at static reasons, okay, because if you put some spotlight here at the entrance, I believe it's going to look good. Okay, so that is the reason why I decided to use the 8-watt light. Okay, so let me use my rectangular tool again. Okay, I simply want to find the center of this room. We are using 8 light. Okay, so sorry about that. I'm going to put 4 lights here and put 4 lights here. Okay, so I'd rather find the center of this room. Once I'm able to do the layout for 4, I can. So how many lights? We are putting 4 lights. Okay, 5, 6, 3, 0. Let's divide this distance by what? 4. So let's use the calculator. We are doing 5, 6, 3, 0. We are dividing this by 4. 1407.5. So what we are saying is that we can divide this space, or we can space the light 1407.5 watts. So 1407.5. Okay, we'll copy this. Once I have to, I can move on. So we are using the 8 watt. There's the spotlight. And I'll bring this. I'll find the center of this line. Put it here. Put another one in the center of this as well. Okay. Then I can let go of this reference, just like we did for the corridor. I'll copy this and find the center of this light and find the center of this light. Okay, and that is that. With this done, I can mirror the entire setup over here to this part of space, and we have our 8 lights and fixtures over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Isn't that beautiful? So bedroom 2 is same as bedroom 1, so we're just going to incorporate the same drawing. You can just go through the process, but I would like to copy this one. So you can just copy this and find the corner of this room, paste it here, and then bring your controls here as well. Okay, all right, so yeah, depends on what you want. Okay, so I think we're making some headway. Now let's look at external lighting. I'm going to draw a rectangle around the building like this. After drawing the rectangle around the building, now we can use the 40 watt LED lights. We can use this for the external lighting, correct? Yes. All I need to do now is to find the center of this line. And since I know this is somewhere here, okay, so let me rotate this 90 degrees. I'm moving this right here. And that's the center. I will mirror this, and then I'll write the center of this line. So let me find, this is where the center is. Okay. So let me bring another light here. We'll mirror later. Okay. This is the center. Alright. And that's it. I simply want to have, I'll do this here because I want to use this to do the mirror. So let's just mirror this particular light for it to just appear at the other end. Okay, so we'll mirror this one also, and you should see this over here as well. So now I can clean all the references. Okay, and that is that. Now let's look at the control for the external light. We are going to use a photo cell because we don't want to be doing manual switching. We are going to use this photo cell timer, and I'll put that right here. Okay. And one thing we forgot to do was to do the control for the entrance light. Okay, and it's very important to add that because that is what is lacking now. Okay, so I'll put this right here. Now I understand, yes, somebody may want to, you may want to be able to control this entrance light at this point when you have entered the space, okay, and then also possibly at this point when you are leaving the space, but those are differential stuff. Okay, so I would just want to have a control over here. Okay, and if you wish to do it like the scenario I was given earlier, you can just go ahead and then do that. Okay, depends on what you want to do. So I'll put this right here and rotate this way. So I think we are done with the lighting layout over here, and it's been a long time coming. It's been a very long time coming. Okay, but the point is that we've been able to go through the design process. We've been able to relate the mathematics that we did over here to the work itself, and that's very important to understand. Okay, now I am going to pause the video over here and then do another video and show you how you can add the conduit lines details to your work. Okay, it is very, very important. So stick around, do not go away, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.